activities started. The activity started in September 2023, and it currently has 10 members. These pictures are pictures of the launching event that happened last February. I'm going to talk about the motivations to create this association. We were guided by several motivations. I highlight 3 of them here, but there are many more. These are the main one. The first one is the fact that astronomy is a relatively new field in Mozambique. Astronomy is a science that started long ago, but in Mozambique, it has not started in more than 15 years, I can say. And there are not many people doing astronomy in Mozambique, which means a lot of people don't know what is astronomy. Why is it important? What are the applications of astronomy? You'll find a Mozambican person and you tell that you're an astronomer, and they will think tomorrow you're going to the moon, or you are an engineer or something else. The second motivation is the fact that we need to have an organization that can bring all Mozambican astronomers together. As our community is increasing, we understand that as the community is growing, we won't be based in the same institution working, but then we'll need to be connected somehow to continue developing this science in Mozambique. So this organization will be this institution that after we finish our post-graduation courses, we go and we are based in different places, even in industry. If we still want to carry on with astronomy activities, this will be the place to congregate all astronomers in Mozambique. And the other motivation is the fact that astronomy is advancing globally, and especially in Africa. And we feel like we are left behind. We feel like in Mozambique, few things are happening comparing to what is happening in other countries in Africa. So we want to be able to start also having such kind of observatories that you can see here, also getting such kind of results that we can see in this picture. That's why we started this organization. I'll bring an example of the known astronomy activities that happen or has happened in Mozambique. The first one is the data project. It means development in Africa with radio astronomy. The data project is a project that is coordinated in University of Leeds by Professor Melvin Horry, and it aims to bring development to African countries based in radio astronomy, and Mozambique is also part of these countries. It started in Mozambique in 2017, and so far we had 4 cohorts, and 90% of the members of this association participated in all of the cohorts, distributed from the first cohort to the last one. So it has had a huge impact in the development of astronomy in Mozambique. The other astronomy activity that happened in Mozambique is the Doppler project. Doppler stands for Development of Palop's Knowledge in Radio Astronomy. It's a collaborative project between Mozambique and Portugal that aims to improve the knowledge in radio astronomy, Earth observation, and big data in Portuguese-speaking countries. This project brought some astronomy schools, big data schools to Mozambique, and also a project of scientific initiation, which 4 of the members of this organization were part of it. 1 year of initiation in research, and this allowed them to later apply for postgraduate courses in South Africa, and 3 of them got positions because of participating in this project. Another astronomy activity with impact in Mozambique is done by a group of amateur astronomers, not so amateur now, because of the existence of this group, 2 people managed to start their undergrad courses in astronomy, and one of them is also part of this association. This group is called Detetives do Cosmo, which means Cosmos Detective. They do outreach activities. They have a YouTube channel with astronomy related content in Portuguese. And because of the growth of this group, One of the members of this group is now doing undergrad in Chile and the other in Brazil. I'm going to present the main objectives of this association. We have 5, and I will describe one by one. The first and the major objective of AMAS is to promote astronomy research in Mozambique. This is what is guiding us. Now, the members of AMAS are mostly postgraduate students. As we are doing our masters and PhDs, we are gaining skills in research to be able to also start doing research in astronomy based in Mozambique, such as supervising dissertation projects in astronomy topics in Mozambican universities. There is this possibility of having external supervisor and internal supervisor in universities in Mozambique. So being in AMAS and being able to conduct research at this level will help to push our country to start astronomy as a course, because we don't have this in Mozambique. The other objective is to promote outreach activities in a consistent way. There are some activities happening, but they are not so consistent. They happen, sometimes they stop. So we want to consistently organize outreach activities, organize scientific meetings, conferences, and educational events in astronomy. Organizing symposiums in the different fields of astronomy, annual meetings, conferences, and educational events. Also, we want to teach the new generation. By new generation, I mean undergrad students, basically, technical skills from astronomy that are transferable for other sectors of development, such as communication, programming, and data management, big data. We can transfer these skills to different sectors in industry in Mozambique. So bringing some hackathons and trainings to undergrad students, and also establish a national and international network partnerships or exchange programs, since we are distributed in different places in the world. We believe that we have the chance to start exchange programs between Mozambican students and international students, Mozambican universities and international universities. So this is one of our goals. To achieve these goals efficiently, we are divided in some departments in our association. The main departments are this one, the Scientific Commission, the Outreach Department, the Education Department, the Women Department, and the Fundraising Department. And this department are coordinated by the founders of the AMAS, which I present. Yara Simango, it's me. I'm the president of AMAS. Victoria is the vice president, and she also helps with the social media management. Laurinda is the secretary of the organization. Toivu is the head of the outreach department. Beaver manages the social media. Dionisio, together with Jackson, they take care of the financial department. Francisco is the head of the education department. Vasco take care of the human resource and external relation, and Ramiro is the head of the scientific commission. These departments, these people are not all based in Mozambique. We are distributed in many places, in different places, very distant in the world. Mozambique, South Africa, Namibia, Brazil, and UK. However, even though that we are not in the same place, we started organizing some activities with the members that are based in Mozambique. Our first activity was an outreach activity. It was conducted on the 20th of January 2024 in the youth square of Maputo. In this day, the moon was in its full phase, and we gathered some young people there to observe the moon and let them ask basic questions about astronomy. It was really interesting. More than 50 people joined us in this activity. It was nice. Even though we don't have big telescopes and we are working with our personal telescope, this telescope belongs to Edson Jackseni and this one belongs to me, but it was possible to conduct this activity. It was successful, and these people, we keep track of them. We organized a WhatsApp group to keep them updated about our activities, and they are very, very interested in following. We also had an activity to celebrate the International Day of Women in Science. It's celebrated on the 11th of February. It has been established by UNESCO. So the International Astronomical Union had its own celebration of women in astronomy. So we did an outreach activity in a secondary school in Maputo on the 9th of February 2024, where we went there to talk about the impact of women in science, especially in astronomy, and to talk about Mozambican women doing astronomy. The kids were very impressed and in fact that they are Mozambican astronomers because they didn't know that they are astronomers in Mozambique, and also what can be done in astronomy. They saw a telescope. Most of them have never seen one, so they were very happy with this activity. We also organized our launching event, which I mentioned in the beginning of this presentation. It's the team that was in Mozambique here. It's missing Dionisio, Vasco, and Edson Jackson. This event had different moments. We had talks, 5 talks, one talk about the association, another talk about astronomy in general, because many people here didn't even know what is astronomy. We also had a talk about the data project, which was given by Professor Melvin Horry. He went to Mozambique to attend this event and to explain what is data and what is coming up in the next 3 years. And then we also had a talk about the research conducted by the members of AMAS, which are mostly postgraduate students. So the scientific commission gave a talk about the research that the members are doing and also the crucial partnerships that would help AMAS. We had the presence of the chancellor of the biggest university of Mozambique, University Eduardo Mondlane. I don't know, do you still see my screen?
No, it went dark.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stop and start sharing again. It's still dark here from my end. My presentation itself is dark. I'm going to see trying to see what's going on, and then I will continue. Yes, I think. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I was saying that the chancellor of the university, the biggest and most prestigious university of Mozambique, attended our event in person, was really happy and very impressed with our vision, and he expressed the support that the university will be giving to AMAS if we have any event, any sort of training, hackathon, or any activity that we need to do. The university is open to AMAS. Our event was broadcast online in the university web page, which allowed around 2,000 people to join the event live. And as you can see in this picture, we had around 50 people in person. This is because we restricted the number of participants because of the logistic of the event, but around 100 people applied to attend this event in person. In addition to the chancellor of the university, we also had the director of the Faculty of Science of University Eduardo Mondlane, and also Pedagogical University, the second biggest university in Mozambique that also teaches physics. They were there, and the heads of the departments of Faculty of Science, the Physics, Chemistry, Mathematics, and Informatics department, they were also in the event. Some lecturers, amateur astronomers, and also managers or directors of some national institutes that deal with research, such as Morinet Academy and National Institute of Technology, Communication, and Information. Where there we had a poster presentation session and networking session, also a cultural event. After this event, so far more than 50 people have expressed the interest of being part of AMAS from different backgrounds, from different sectors, and we are happy with the results of this event. It was the official kickoff of our activities. So continuing to the activities that we started already, we have some projects for this year, 2024, which I'm going to describe. Those are some of the projects that we have. I think we have 2 more, but those are the ones that are already almost ready to start. The teacher training program is from the education department. It's an activity that aims to train primary and secondary teachers from Maputo, because it's where we are based. So far, we don't have enough resources to go to other provinces. This project has been submitted to the Office of Astronomy for Education, and we are waiting for the outcome of the application, but we are very positive about it. We are going to train teachers and astronomy content that are in our national curriculum. So some contents are distributed in different subjects, such as natural science, physics, and mathematics. So we are going to engage teachers in some hand-based activities, low cost, for them to implement in their classrooms. And we have this project, the GSTEM, Girls in STEM. This one was submitted last year to the Office of Astronomy for development, and it didn't proceed in the last stage. We were pointed out why it didn't go through, and we believe that there are minor things. So we are going to restructure the project with the committee that received the project before submitting again this year. The problem was that the group that we are going to work with was very small, so we will try to expand a little bit more the idea, and then resubmit this year. The role of women in astronomy is already ongoing. We got some seed grants from the African Network Women in Astronomy to do some activities in rural community for girls, high school girls. We are going to do talks and some experiments related to astronomy, show them how is a telescope, and show them the role and the impact of women in science in general, in astronomy, especially for emergent countries such as Mozambique. We are going to give them role models as examples of women in our social context that are doing astronomy, and show them how far they could go. This is going to be done in the end of February once the grant is available. And we are going also to join it with the Mozambican Women Day celebration, which is in this month, 7th of April. So this is going to be an activity celebrating the Mozambican Women Day. And this asteroid hunt project is a project that has already been implemented by Detectives do Cosmo in the previous year. There is an institution that it's called ISAT Institute, and that provides data from some telescopes located in Hawaii, and the and provides a software and some trainings to amateur astronomers to hunt asteroids. And if they find something and they submit to this institution, they then do the observations again to confirm whether that is or not an asteroid. So this is going to engage people that are interested in astronomy in doing an activity that they will find useful. In Mozambique, it has already been detected 2 asteroids by the Detectives do Cosmo last year. There's the NASA International Space Apps Challenge. It's a hackathon. Also, there are also some data and challenges available in a website where people can gather in groups and provide solutions and submit, and there are some prizes. So we believe that this is going to keep young people engaged in doing something, and increase the awareness about the existence of astronomy and how fun it can be. There is a plan to do an introduction to Python for astronomy. This is aimed to be done for undergrad students in physics, meteorology, or mathematics, computer science. And then there is also a project called Poster Presentation Fair. We saw a flyer from the Pan-African School of Fundamental Physics, where high school students can submit posters talking about the working principle of some electronic devices, and then they can win $20. So they get very motivated about that. And the same time, we will get them to do a scientific poster. What we are doing is we advertised this project, and then we selected all kids that are interested. We are going to train them tools to make posters, because most of them, they have never done a scientific poster before.
Yes.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, Yara, you can continue.
Continue. Yeah. So we are going to train them how to use Canva or PowerPoint to produce posters, maybe also help them to pick a topic and let them produce these posters and help them to submit. But then the posters won't be just to submit in this Pan-African School of Fundamental Physics. We have been allowed a venue by the Brazilian Cultural Institute. They gave us a room to do activities. So we are going to do an open fair for presenting these posters in the end of this competition. This is going to be open for any high school kid to come and see the posters they are going to produce. And it is going to be held on the 16th of June, which is the African Kid Day. And also we have the MOS Cool project. Is an outreach activity. MOS for Mozambique and Cool from school. It's going to be an activity where we are going to go to schools, public schools in Maputo once a month, to a different school to talk about astronomy to the students there. Of course, we have some challenges coming together with the projects we draw. We don't have equipment, especially for outreach activities. We need telescopes, solar filters, projector. If we go to give talks, we have our own computers, but we don't have projectors, and public schools don't have projectors, binoculars, laser pointer for night sky observation are also very important. Obviously, we also have bigger challenges that we will think about, such as having an office, such as having a permanent source of funding for yearly activities. But those are major problems. We first need to go from the small one, step by step. And however, it doesn't stop us from dreaming. We have big ambitions. We would like to be in a position and also able in future to organize annual conference. We put here 2024, even though we may not be able to start doing this year because we just started, but we aim to organize annual conferences in Mozambique. We also aim to be able to apply to host some conferences that happen rotatively in different countries, such as the AFAS annual conference, such as the International School for Young Astronomers, such as the Pan-African School for Emerging Astronomers. So having people coming to Mozambique for scientific purposes is a plus for us, and it would call attention of national institutes that deal with research to take us seriously. So some of the national institutions we want to be partnered with, or we think might be some source of funding for our activities, to carry on our activities, are these ones. We already have Edward Mondlane University working with us, but there is the National Agents for Geospatial Development. There is the National Fund for Research and Investigation. There is the National Institute of Technology of Information and Communication. There is the Mozambique Research and Education Network. These people, they host the HPC, the center, the High Performance Computing Center, and it's a very important resource for astronomy, for data analysis and storage, and having them supporting our activities will be very important. For these two institutions, the National Institute of Technology, Information and Communication and the Morenet Academy, their representatives were in our launching event, and they expressed their interest in supporting us the way they can. And I will finish by showing the kind of memberships that we have in AMAS. We have the founding members, which are the founders. We will have the effective members. Those people will be people with a degree in astronomy, master's and PhD degrees in astronomy. We will also have the junior members, which will be undergrad students in science courses, amateur astronomer members. Honorary members will be people doing a lot for astronomy, contributing for astronomy, but not necessarily astronomers. And also we are open for patrono partners. Patrono is a Portuguese word. These are people that would like to fund our organization or to contribute with equipment or other kind of resources that we may need. They can be national or international organization, individual who will to contribute. This is the QR code to express the interest of being one of these kind of members or partner. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Yara. Thank you for your presentation. Now we're going to start our Q&A session. So if someone wants to say something, want to have a question, you can raise your hand and unmute yourself and ask your question.
I have a question.
Oi,
Thank
Tudo
you.
bem?
e aí?
Desculpa trazer para aqui. Tem N pequeno. Quanto é?
Castelo,
Aquela coisa.
barragem, 450.
O meu 400.
Okay, thank you very much for your talk. It was very interesting. I'm wondering, when you all initially started this society, how did you initially get any funding or resources at all to be able to begin? And where did you get them from?
Okay.
Okay, I think I can answer. Thank you for your question. Actually, in one of the slides, when I spoke about, because of the it stopped showing the screen. I ended up being confused, and I forgot to mention that the launching event was funded by the data project. We got support from University of Bristol, and we also got support from some companies in Mozambique. I forgot to mention that. That was specifically for the launching event. For example, we had the decoration company. We spoke to them. We asked them if they want to be mentioned in all our reports and all the announcements that will come up. So they would be advertising their services as they help us, and it worked out. We got financial support from the data project for the launching event, and also from University of Bristol, and the Edward Mondlane University supported us with the venue, with the projector and necessary equipment for the event. But before that, we used our own resources to do the registration. We started the legal registration in Mozambique, and it needs a lot of steps and money and going to different places. So we started paying some fees internally. Even though we are not done, it's missing the last stage, and now we are looking for a source of this funding to finish. It's a sort of publication in the Republic, in a Republic report that says that all this association was constituted by Mozambican people is the last step. But so far we have been carrying on with our activities with our own resources.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for your question. More questions? We can also have questions on the chat if okay.
Hi. Can I ask just a simple question out of curiosity? I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so my question was just how long did it take to sort of have the society running from the time of sort of when you guys conceptualized the idea of having the society? How long did it take you to sort of get to the stage where you are currently?
Well, we started the idea in September last year, but we were very far apart from each other. We just had two of the members in Mozambique, and they were also very busy. So we used to have weekly meetings, but not really doing anything, in fact. And then we started after those were some legalization things, printing, going there and doing this. So in fact, the society was already on its activities, but they were mainly administrative activities. And from December, when some of the members went back to Mozambique on holidays, that's where we started the activities that everyone could see. That's where we started our social media pages and posting content and advertising for the first outreach activity that was done in January. So it took us 3 months.
So now I'm assuming most of the members or the founding members are also now back to their respective institutions. So how do you sort of keep the society running? Because I know a lot of the members, such as Victoria, and Vashka, they're all like abroad and not in the country?
Yes, good question. Well, the first thing is I want to really thank the collaboration of the two members that are in Mozambique, Laurinda and Beaver. Oh, now Toivo and Francisco, they're also still in Mozambique. And Ramiro, which will be leaving soon, but they keep the activities. But since our first activity, the outreach one, we took contacts of people, our former colleagues in university who are also willing to be part of the association, and they are based in Mozambique. So we started grouping these people to be part of each of our departments, and they will be carrying our activities back in Mozambique as we idealize them, as we conceptualize them and organize and talk to people. They go to the field and they implement them, such as the role of women in astronomy. This activity will be organized, will be done in the end of April, and it will be Laurinda and 3 other people that are not effective members, but they are already collaborating with us in our activities.
Thank you so much. And yeah, quite a lot of, I commend you guys for the amazing work that you guys are doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kiko. We have a hand from Eloise.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Yara. Thank you very much for a great talk. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thanks. So my question is regarding the language, actually, because it is, since you're pretty much building everything from the ground up and you're trying to like raise the opportunities of budding astronomers in Mozambique, but you raised the point that most of astronomy research is in English. Is there a language barrier problem with that, especially if you're trying to reach out to younger people, younger undergraduates and high school students, of having to translate everything and make it accessible that way? Or are young people knowledgeable in English enough because of social media and whatever that it's okay?
Thank you for your question. Yes, the language is a challenge because we speak Portuguese in Mozambique. So mainly our activities will be done in Portuguese. If there are things that we need to translate, we translate. For example, for the poster presentation fair, the official flyer is in English. So the education team translated the flyer to Portuguese, and the committee accepts posters in Portuguese. So whatever can be done in Portuguese will be mainly done in Portuguese, and what cannot be done in Portuguese, it's going for a different target for those people who can communicate in English, mostly undergrad students in their final year. Because when they go to university, they understand that they will need English. So most of them start learning English for future, even if it's not only for astronomy, for meteorology, for physics. Most of the material are available in English. So in undergrad level, we can start finding people that can do well in English.
More questions?
This is out of curiosity because I don't know if you have thought this far yet, but you mentioned about how there are no astronomy degrees specifically in Mozambique. It's the same for Zimbabwe as well, and I think most African countries. But do you have like a very very detailed road plan of how you get to that stage? Because I feel like it might be something that's quite tricky to do.
Yes, it is very tricky to do, and it will require time. The first thing we need to do is to successfully carry on with our activities and show how we can have a good impact in Mozambique. Because now this is going to call the attention of the government institutions that are responsible for deciding the curriculum in our country. From what I know, in Eduardo Mondlane University, they are revising our curriculum. I don't know when is it going to be implemented, when the new one is going to come, how long the process is going to start, but we could start from, let's say, in the physics department, they have applied physics as a course. So in the applied physics, they have different orientations in the last year, which are renewable energy, educational physics, medical physics. They used to have environmental, but they closed. But then we can start from there, trying to push them to add astrophysics orientation. So someone can be graduated in applied physics, but oriented to astrophysics, which means doing some module in the last year related to astrophysics and doing the dissertation in a topic in astrophysics or astronomy topic. So this is going to start giving conditions to open a master's in astrophysics now, and maybe in future a BSc course in astronomy fully.
I hope your question were answered, Jason.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. More questions? We have time for more questions. Questions. Yes, Tutu.
Hello, thank you for the good presentation. I just wanna ask here if you have already have the website and the social media for communication.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we don't have website, but we have social media pages. Facebook, maybe Victoria or Dionis can put in the chat, or any other member here. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, LinkedIn page, but we don't have a website yet.
I'm going to share
Okay.
the link for the social
Yeah,
media.
Victoria is going to share the link in the chat box.
So are you planning to having the website soon or?
Yes, we are planning to have the website soon. Right after we get this last step of the legalization done, which is the I don't know how to say it in English, but it's the publication in the Republic report, official report, that our association exists and is allowed to work in the country, to inform the whole public officially by the government. We are then going to create a website. Yeah.
Oops. We have time for more questions. If we don't have more questions, I think we can proceed to our closing. And before that, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for attending and for joining us Thank you one more time to Prof. Ian and Oleg for being in the launch event even without understanding the language. Thank you for the support, and I think it's all from our side. We are open for collaborations. We are open to answer questions. If you have more questions, you can send on email. And we will also be sharing the rest of the social media links by email, the same emails that you received the links to participate in the webinar. So stop from here, and thank you. I don't know if Yara wants to say something. Or
Yes. I want to thank everyone for joining. I want to thank my supervisors for the support, which are here, Dr. Natasha, Professor Andy, and Professor DJ, and also all our supervisors. I believe all the members called their supervisors to join us. I want to thank everyone, our colleagues, and we are open to receive ideas, suggestions. Thank you.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Obrigado, tchau.
Obrigada.
Ciao.
Obrigado. Tchau, tchau. More maninho.
Eunice, can you stop recording?
Thank you, Sigrid.